Not many people know for sure exactly what type of person a celebrity is, but it looks like we've received confirmation that Stephen Curry, one of the world's best basketball players out there, is also one of the kindest. After all, Donte DiVincenzo was quite eager to talk about how great a leader Stephen was. In this video, we'll be looking at Donte DiVincenzo talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo and Stephen Curry. So stay tuned. First off, Donte DiVincenzo compares Giannis Antetokounmpo and Stephen Curry. Two-way guard Donte DiVincenzo has played alongside some very impressive players during his career. But of course, someone has to be the top of his list. Right now, it's a fight between Giannis Antetokounmpo and Stephen Curry, two of the best basketball players that are currently active. Donte played alongside Giannis on the Milwaukee Bucks for 3 seasons. He then agreed to join the Warriors for this season. Well, let's just say not many players go from playing with a legend to immediately playing with another one, and Donte was kind enough to share his first-hand experience with both of them and his transfer to a Western Conference powerhouse from an Eastern Conference powerhouse. The 25-year-old talked about how Giannis was an incredible and dominant leader. He said that he had heard a lot of things about Stephen Curry. Of course he had. Stephen is currently one of the most well-known players in basketball, and the more famous you are, the more rumors there are surrounding you. But whatever Donte had heard about him just wasn't enough to prepare him for the man Stephen really was. He said that the basketball player had really shocked him. Now, obviously he hadn't expected him to be arrogant. After all, it's hard to get by with such an attitude in sports. Some survive, but the industry is just too competitive and unpredictable for you to think that you're on top. Despite that, Stephen managed to surprise Donte with just how down-to-earth and kind he was. Coming up, how Stephen Curry managed to shock Donte. The 25-year-old said that not only was he extremely humble as a leader, but also as a player. But that's not the only thing that surprised him about the basketball legend. He also said that he was shocked to see just how good he was. Of course, Donte was already aware of his prowess, but apparently getting to watch Stephen in action is a whole other experience. One incredible enough to even shock a basketball player who spent his previous 3.5 seasons playing alongside Giannis. The two-way guard stated that he had been completely blown away at just how incredible a leader Stephen was, not only on the court, but also off it, and how the basketball legend and 4-time NBA champion had exceeded all of his expectations. This is saying a lot, because nobody walks up to one of basketball's most skilled players with low expectations. One thing about Stephen that seemed to really shock Donte was his ability to listen. He even said that, in his opinion, that was exactly what made him such a great leader. Working in a team is a complicated mechanism. If you don't work around your problems carefully, then the rift that's created can be the leading factor in a devastating loss. It is nowhere near an easy task. After all, everyone sees things in a different way and forms their own opinions. Leaders are there so that an absolute decision can be made without starting an argument. Now Donte talks about his game on Friday. Of course, this means that Stephen, like other leaders, could dismiss the words of his teammates, but he doesn't do that. This is an extremely important quality in a good leader, and apparently Stephen Curry is really good at it. While talking about the time Donte was injured and couldn't play for some time, he said that it had been frustrating to be without the rest of his teammates. He said that he, of course, knew rather selfishly that it had been the best thing for him to get back on the court. Despite that, he had wanted everyone to be together, and them not being so affected him. The Warriors got Donte because they hoped that the two-way guard's veteran presence would boost their strength. The 25-year-old had an average of 15 minutes in his first 3 games with the Warriors. He said that when he returned, he wanted to take the energy to a whole new level. Now, whether he'll be successful on delivering his promises remains to be seen. He had said that he wasn't going to get up on the court and try to be some kind of hero, but he still hoped to give Jordan a jumpstart. His aim was just to get the pressure off him and let him do his thing. Donte said that during the game on Friday, he intended to keep the offense moving. This was also that Jordan Poole won't have to start everything and be aggressive trying to get the ball and score. After all, taking even a little bit of load off of him will go a long way. Lastly, Donte is blown away by Stephen Curry. Donte said that the thing that blew his mind was the fact that no one in the gym reacted as if it was normal while he was blown away. He said that everyone else just turned around and jogged down the other end. Donte described this as his welcome to Golden State moment, like Curry will do these things. Ever since he joined the Warriors, Donte has continued to be surprised by Stephen, both as a leader and as a player. Donte compared Stephen to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He said that Stephen's work ethic is insane, and going back to when he was in Milwaukee as well, like Giannis's work ethic was insane. He said that there was no just because he won MVP, things slow down, or just because he signed a max deal, things slow down. They would come to the gym every single day without fail. He said that Stephen's work ethic sets a precedent in the locker room and for players when they're stepping on the court. He also added that nothing is easy when they step on the court, but if they work extremely hard, then they'll see the results. And in that regard, Stephen is a great role model for all of them. Donte has come to appreciate the Warriors after spending time with them. At last year's trade deadline, he was traded from the Bucks to the Sacramento Kings. He joined the Warriors partly to get back to the winning culture. He has praised praised everyone on the team, saying that they made him feel very welcome. Now moving on to Giannis Antetokounmpo dubbing himself Freak Woods after he made a short putt. First and foremost, Giannis posts a video of himself playing golf again. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a Greek-Nigerian basketball player who plays the position of power forward for the Milwaukee Bucks. He is the only non-American player in the history of the NBA to win the All-Star Game MVP, and he's also the only player in NBA history to have over 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists in a playoff series. He has also won awards and honors like the Best Male Athlete ESPY Award of 2019, and he was the NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 2020. But it would seem his feats aren't limited to only basketball. For the second time, Giannis has shown the world that he's got skills with a golf club, but this time he was more successful. Giannis posted a video of himself hitting a ball at Topgolf in April of 2017, and it was pretty bad. Like, he even mocked himself because he was so bad. Next up, his first video of him attempting golf was disappointing. His backswing was so short, it made John Ram look like John Daly in comparison. After that, he made poor contact and a lackluster ball flight, but in his defense, he seemed to be using a standard Topgolf club, which definitely wasn't a good fit for his large frame. Now, 5.5 years later, he has once again tackled the sport of golf. To Giannis's credit, this time he kept the camera off until he reached the green. It is much harder to embarrass oneself if the club only has to move a few inches in each direction. If we consider his height, it raises the question, how long is that putter? Last but not least, he gave himself a nickname on Instagram. After making the short putt, the NBA champion provided us with a celebration, as if he'd won the Masters. The 27-year-old dubbed himself Freak Woods on Instagram, which is an obvious nod to his own nickname, Greek Freak, in the NBA, and Tiger Woods, the name of one of the best golfers ever. Fans enjoyed the display and reacted to the video positively. One user called him Ty Greek Woods. Fans were also marveling at Giannis's height and found it funny when Giannis attempted to high-five a golfer but was too tall, resulting in the golfer not reaching up to his hand. And that's a wrap for this video. Is Stephen Curry the better leader or Giannis Antetokounmpo? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We'll see you at the next one.